Good morning, students. Beta, new topic which we are going to start is air transport. So first we will study the helping factors which help in the air transport. Number one is growing economic activity in all sectors, agricultural, industrial, commercial demands, faster movement of the passengers and goods, and therefore new airports are needed. So this is the first thing which helps in air transport. Second is, as a result of the increased economic activity, there is generalized improved condition of the people and expansion of the cities, which has helped the growth of the airports. So जैसे जैसे cities expand हो रहे हैं और लोगों की economic condition is improving, this also helps in the expansion of the airports. Number three is land transport is concentrated in the plain areas of the Pakistan, mainly east of the Indus, and even traffic remains suspended during winters because of the heavy snowfall and then landslide afterwards. Air transport is the best alternative for connecting major cities with the remote mountainous areas. So, third thing which helps in air transport is main of the land transport is concentrated in plain areas, and in heavy weathers when the snow falling and landsliding occurs, air transport is the only alternative which connects major cities with the mountainous areas. Increased tourism activity, both domestic and foreign, has also contributed to the growth of the airports and air transport. In Pakistan, domestic and foreign tourism is increasing, because of which air transport is getting popular. Next point is increased cargo transport to the Middle East, export of the perishable items like fruits, flowers in developing stage and vegetables. तो जो बेटे मिडिल ईस्ट में हमारी एक्सपोर्ट इंक्रीज हो रही है और पर्टिकुलरली पेरिशेबल गुड्स की इंक्रीज हो रही है, सो उनको जल्दी पहुंचाना होता है, जिनके अंदर फ्रूट्स, फ्लावर्स, वेजिटेबल्स वगैरह शामिल हैं. दैट्स व्हाई एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट इज प्रेफरेबली यूज्ड फॉर दिस पर्पस. Next point is competition of the public sector PIA with the private sector airlines since 1990. These airlines include AirAsia, AirBlue, and Shaheen, and they offer cheaper fares. So some more companies are also have come in the air transport field, including AirAsia, AirBlue, and Shaheen. They are offering cheaper fares. So air transport is getting popular. Okay, but now we are going to study limiting factors, the factors which are actually which are the problems for the expansion of the air transport. First point is construction and the development of the new airport is a project that needs heavy investment. So बेटे air transport के अंदर कोई भी जो आपने project करना होता है, that needs heavy transport. This is first hurdle. Next point is maintenance of the airport is also expensive task and requires a big staff. कि अगर जब एयरपोर्ट अगर आप बना भी लें तो फिर उनकी मेंटेनेंस के लिए यू रिक्वायर अ बिग स्टाफ एंड बिग फाइनेंस. दिस इज अनदर प्रॉब्लम. Third point is worn out and outdated aircrafts are very dangerous to use and should be replaced in time by modern aircrafts. In 2006, the flights to Sadhu Sharif, Swat, have been stopped because of the tragic accident of an old Fokker plane. It is an expensive process to replace all such old planes with the new ones. So better replacement of the aircrafts time to time is also an expensive process. So this is another hurdle. Lower than expected turnout of the passengers in certain areas is also a limiting factor. So better at the same time, there are some specific routes in the Pakistan which are having very less turnout of the passengers. So this is another hurdle in the expansion of the air transport. Next point which we are going to study is factors affecting the location and development of the international airport. Okay, the things which are physically required for the location of the and development of the international airport is, number one point, flat land with favorable climate that permits flights throughout the year. So this is the first requirement for the location and development of the international airport. Flat and favorable climate with which permits flights throughout the year. For example, Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad are international airports. Number 2 point which is required for the location and development of the international airport is location on the land of the Pakistan. Karachi airport is south, has short air distance to the Middle East. So this airport favors the Middle East route because that is nearer to Middle East as compared to the Peshawar or Islamabad airport that are closer to northern and northwestern countries of the China, Afghanistan, and Central Asian republics. Lahore Airport is suitable particularly because it is located close to the Indo-Pak border. So it suits if you want to move towards India and thus provides short air travel to many Indian cities. Quetta Airport provides short air travel to Iran and Gwadar. So this is another point which will play an important role in the location of the international airport. Okay, but human factors which are required for the development and location of the air transport international airport is number one, provincial capital of Sindh. Karachi has many favoring factors, and these are some factors. Most densely populated city with great numbers of the passengers throughout the year. So this is the first human factor which is favorable for Karachi airport as an international airport. Karachi, being the industrial and trade capital of Pakistan, attracts a lot of the foreign investors as well as tourists. However, in spite of the several improvements, the Karachi airport is becoming more and more overburdened. So this is the first factor, human factor, which is helping Karachi airport as an international airport. Lahore, Peshawar and Quetta are the provincial capitals of Punjab, KP and Balochistan and attract sufficient number of the passengers from their respective provinces. Lahore Airport, the most developed one out of these, as Lahore has better infrastructure facilities and is a major industrial and commercial centers. So as far as Lahore, Peshawar and Quetta are concerned, these are the human factors which are favoring the location and the maintenance as an airport, as an international airport in these cities. Next point, Peshawar and Quetta airport likewise attract a reasonable number of the passengers who can afford air travel. Next factor for Gwadar airport is under completion and is expected to become a very busy and successful airport because of. So this is an other very important question which normally comes in questions. What are the factors favorable to Gwadar airport to become a very busy airport in future? So points are number one, short air travel to the Middle East. This is very shortest. This is having very shortest distance between Middle East and the Gwadar and the Pakistan. Next point is several other development projects in the area. So in this area, a lot of development projects are carrying out. And the next point is Karachi airport is becoming overburdened. So that's why burden will be shifted to Gwadar airport. These are the points which are favorable to Gwadar airport to become a busy and successful airport in future. Okay, bete, next point is limiting factors. It is difficult for Pakistan to develop more airports because of the following reasons. Number one, lack of capital. Pakistan is a poor country having lack of capital. So Pakistan is unable to expand the air transport quickly. Number two, little expectation of attracting a considerable number of the passengers from cities away from major city centers of the economic activity. So Pakistan is a developing country, don't have much economic activity. So this is another hurdle for the expansion of the air transport. Next is low density of the population in the mountainous areas and the remote territories. This is another factor. Next is poorly developed infrastructure facilities in even some of the big cities. So most of the Pakistan's big cities are having poorly developed infrastructure facilities. So this is another hurdle for developing the air transport in Pakistan. Next is lack of the political will and political instabilities and other important restricting factor. The greatest example is in this regard is the neglect of the Gwadar coastal area by successive governments during more than 50 years. So political will and political instability is another hurdle factor in the development of the air transport in Pakistan. Next is air transport remains the most expensive of all means and great majority of the people cannot afford it. So in Pakistan, most of the people are poor. who cannot afford the air transport expense, though. So this is another limiting factor in the way of the expansion of the air transport. Next point is improvement in air communication in recent years. Establishment of the modern Jinnah terminal at the Karachi airport. So this is improvement in air communication in recent years. Next is new airport at Lahore, Lama Iqbal International Airport on much larger space. A modern international airport in Sialkot by the local industrial community who set up the Sial, that is actually full form is Sialkot International Airport Limited. So and other is airport in Gilgit and Skardu. So these are some improvements in Pakistan regarding air transport. Next point is conditions necessary for the location of the airport. So beta, now we are going to study some conditions necessary for an airport. The following conditions are necessary for location of an airport. Number one is a large open space of the flat land is needed. So first thing is the requirement. It should be solid and firm ground. Land should be cheap. There should be possibility of future expansion and expansion of the airport. So this is the first requirement for the development for making an airport. Number two is the site should be away from the densely populated area and away from the houses and other obstructions. So this is the next requirement for the construction of the airport. Next point is the nearby town or towns should be economically and commercially developed where passengers and cargo are available. So this is the third thing which is required. There should be rail and road links to the nearby places. Next is for electricity. Water and other utilities should be available. Fueling and maintenance facilities are to be provided. So this is another point which is required for the development, for the construction of the airport. Next is fair and stable weather conditions are important. Sunny and dry weather is favorable. It should be frost-free, snow-free, and fog-free. So this is another requirement which is required for the construction of the airport. Some international airports in Pakistan are. So this is another question which normally comes in the paper. Can name some important airports of the Pakistan. So here they are: Quaid-e-Azam International Airport, Karachi; Lama Iqbal International Airport, Lahore; Benazir Bhutto International Airport, Islamabad. So these are some big international airports in Pakistan. Some regional airports in Pakistan are Bahawalpur Airport, Multan Airport, Faisalabad Airport, Chitral Airport, Gilgit Airport, Quetta Airport, and Nawab Shah Airport. So these are regional airports which are in Pakistan, and these are some international airports. Next point is, how do the conditions needed for the major international airport differ from the conditions needed for the regional airports? So this is very famous question as far as air transport is concerned. So beta, what is the difference in conditions? So number one, an international airport needs a large area of land because large aircrafts need longer runway and aircraft parking space. So this is the first point for international airports. An international airport needs to be near larger cities of international importance, while as regional airports handles a smaller number of the passengers and is served by small aircrafts which needs smaller space and area. Regional airports usually operate during daytime, whereas international airports function day and night. This is the again difference between the regional and international airports. Regional airports normally work during daytime, whereas international airports function throughout the 24 hours. Therefore, all requirements and facilities are needed on the larger scale for the international airports. Adequate security measures are required for international airports as VIPs, locals and foreign both, heads of the states, foreign diplomats and dignitaries come on international airport. Though security measures are also required on the regional airports also, but they are not as strict as on the international airport. So beta, these are different conditions as far as local and international airports are concerned? This is very popular question, famous question as far as air transport is concerned. Next point is, why has the development of air transport been important within Pakistan? कि पाकिस्तान के अंदर ये क्यों जरूरी हो गया हुआ है अब इसको डेवलप करना? So air transport has been important within Pakistan because Pakistan is a large country and there are many remote areas cut off by high mountains or deserts. So this is the first point कि पाकिस्तान के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा हाई माउंटेन्स और डेजर्ट्स हैं जिसकी वजह से बहुत दूर के इलाके जो मेन सिटी से कट ऑफ हैं. So that's why air transport should be established, should be developed. Far-flung and remote places such as Skardu, Gilgit, Chitral, Panjgor, Turbat, Gwadar and D.I. Khan can be reached easily by air in a short time. So this is another point कि short time में वहाँ पे पहुँचा जा सकता है. That's why in Pakistan there are many areas without roads and railways. फिर this is the third point कि रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट और रेलवेज बहुत सारे एरियाज में नहीं है पाकिस्तान के. That's why air transport should be developed. Air transport is important for strategic reasons and for administrative purpose. It also promotes industry and tourism. So बेटे ये भी एक और पॉइंट है कि इंडस्ट्री और टूरिज्म को ये डेवलप करता है. दिस इज अनदर रीजन. बिजनेसमैन्स, high civil and military officers and well-to-do people travel by air to save time. फिर ये जो बहुत ज़्यादा हाई डिग्नेटरीज होते हैं इनके पास बहुत शॉर्ट टाइम होता है. दैट्स वाई ये एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट को जो है वो प्रेफर करते हैं टू सेव द टाइम. एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट इज ऑल्सो वेरी हेल्पफुल इन केस ऑफ द नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज एंड डिजास्टर्स. एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑल्सो सूट्स हाई प्राइस एंड लाइट वेट गुड्स. तो अगर खुदा न खासा नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज हो जाएं तो डेफिनेटली इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कैन बी डैमेज्ड. तो उस वक्त एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट बहुत ज़्यादा मदद करती है. फिर उसके अलावा एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट जो है वो हाई प्राइस और लाइट वेट गुड्स को भी बहुत ज़्यादा सूट करती है. ओके बेटे, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एयर रूट्स इन पाकिस्तान. इसकी फिगर आपको जो है वो यहाँ पे इस तरह से ये देखें, ये दिखाई जा रही है. ये मैप इस तरह से पेपर में आता है. जब भी ये मैप आएगा तो फिर आपने नीचे जो आप पढ़ने लगे हैं उसको आपने वहां पर लिखना होता है. तो ये देखें जी, इन पाकिस्तान द पैटर्न ऑफ द एयर रूट इज सच दैट द नेटवर्क इज थिक इन पंजाब एंड सिंध वेयर देयर आर लार्ज नंबर ऑफ द बिग कमर्शियल एंड इंडस्ट्रियल टाउन्स. तो सबसे पहले आपने ये बताया कि ज्यादातर पाकिस्तान की जो एयर ट्रैफिक है वो पंजाब और सिंध में कंसंट्रेट करती है क्योंकि वहां पे ज्यादा कमर्शियल और इंडस्ट्रियल टाउन्स हैं. The network is thin in KPK and Balochistan. KPK और बलोचिस्तान में बहुत कम है. Air routes mostly ran in northeast and southwest direction. ये आपने लाजमी बताना होगा वहां पे पॉइंट. Most of the air routes converge on three large towns of Islamabad, लाहौर और कराची. एंड फिर ये फाइनल पॉइंट आपने ये बताना होगा कि पूरे मुल्क से जो ज्यादातर ट्रैफिक आती है वो ज्यादातर इन 3 सिटीज में आती है. Next question, which is normally comes in paper. The question is reasons for more internal air routes from Islamabad than Dalbandin. कि दलबंदीन से जो है वो लोकल रूट्स कम हैं जबकि इस्लामाबाद से बहुत ज्यादा हैं. रीजंस आपने देनी है. तो इस्लामाबाद इज द कैपिटल of Pakistan. It is connected to all provincial capitals as well as some other big towns. So this is the first point. That's why from Islamabad more local traffic moves. कि पाकिस्तान जो है जो इस्लामाबाद है that is the capital of Pakistan and which is also connected to all the big cities of Pakistan. Air route leads to Gilgit, Swat, Chitral and Sindhu in northern areas. Political leaders, diplomats, high civil and military officers. So बेटे this is another point कि जो high dignitaries होते हैं, big businessmen and well-to-do people frequently travel to and from Islamabad. So these are the points which are favorable to Islamabad for most of the traffic moving and go and fro from Islamabad. Whereas Dalbandin is concerned, is a small town in western Balochistan. It is a small domestic airport connected with Quetta on one side and with Gwadar on the other side. Rail and road journey to Dalbandin is very inconvenient. वहाँ पे जो infrastructure है बेहतर नहीं है and takes a very long time, जो कि बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है फिर वहाँ पे. So these are some reasons, and the last reason is Dalbandin is a small regional center in a very thinly populated area. यहाँ पे population बहुत कम है. Therefore, there are more air routes from Islamabad than from Dalbandin. So, bete, another question which normally comes in paper is distribution of air routes from northern Punjab. So these are the points which you have to remember. From northern Punjab, air routes mainly run towards south and southwest. Chief airports in the northern Punjab are Islamabad, Lahore and Faisalabad. So बेटे ये आपने पॉइंट इस तरह से लिखना होगा क्योंकि आपने नॉर्दर्न पंजाब का बता रहे हो. तो नॉर्दर्न पंजाब में these are famous airports. These airports are interconnected by air routes. ये आपस में air route से connected हैं. These airports are also linked with other provincial capitals and to Karachi. Lahore and Islamabad are international airports. From Islamabad, air routes run towards north and northwest, also to Chitral, Gilgit and Saidu. Lahore is linked with Bahawalpur, Multan and D.I. Khan. So these are points which you have to put in the distribution of air routes from northern Punjab. Northern Punjab के साथ आपने link रहना है सिर्फ. Next question which is famous, which normally comes in the paper, is advantages and disadvantages of the air transport in northern Punjab. तो अगेन आपने नॉर्दर्न पंजाब के साथ कनेक्ट रहते हुए एडवांटेजेस और डिसएडवांटेजेस अब आपने लिखने हैं. मेन एडवांटेज ऑफ द एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट इज दैट इट प्रोवाइड्स फास्ट, सेफ एंड कंफर्टेबल travel. So this is the first advantage. Much time is saved. This is another advantage which is valued by businessmen, high officials, foreigners, diplomats and tourists. Next is air transport is also preferred for carrying high value lightweight goods and perishable items. So this is third advantage. Next is air transport crosses geographical barriers such as high mountains, big deserts and dense forest easily. This is the fourth advantage. Mountain areas are easily accessible by air. And last is air transport promote tourism. So these are the advantages which you have to put in this question. And now disadvantages. Main disadvantage is that the airfare is high and beyond the reach of the common man. So this is the first disadvantage. Next is only well-to-do people can afford the air travel. Next is flights are subject to clear weather conditions. So this is another disadvantage. If weather is not good, so the air transport may be interrupted. Passengers face problems when flights are cancelled on account of the bad weathers. Third is small domestic airports operate only during daytime. Night service is not available. This is the third disadvantage. Construction of the airports, refueling and catering services are costly. So this is another disadvantage. Airports are built at good distance from cities and do not provide door-to-door service. So this is another disadvantage. These are normally located away from the main cities and do not provide door-to-door service as can road transport and rail transport can be applied in this regard. Next is airport transport is not suitable for heavy and non-perishable goods. So this is another disadvantage. Next point is factors hindering the development of air transport in the northern areas. So this is northern areas. तो अब आपने यहाँ पे वो पॉइंट लिखनी है कि वहां पे इसकी डेवलपमेंट एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट की क्यों नहीं हो रही. The area of the north of the Pakistan is covered by Gilgit, Chitral and northern areas. फिर आपने पहले कुछ एरियाज के नाम बताने होंगे. The region is very hilly, mountainous and rugged with high ranges, steep-sided ridges, high peaks, deep valleys and glaciers. फिर आपने ये प्रॉब्लम बतानी है कि वहां पे नॉर्दर्न एरियाज में ये सब कुछ होता है. Steepness of the slope, severity of the climate. ये अब आप उसके पॉइंट्स बताने लगे हैं कि steepness of the slope, climate is very hot and snow falling in winter. Rock and slides are hindrances in building of the roads because of the very high cost of the construction. The density of the population is very low. फिर population का point आपने वहां पे दे दिया कि बहुत कम population है. So this is another disadvantage. Therefore the region has very few roads. वहां पे roads बहुत कम है. The only main road in the recently built Karakoram highway which passes through Gilgit and goes to Khanjra Pass on the Chinese border. The other important road connects Chitral and Gilgit. There is very less economic activity. फिर ये देखें एक पॉइंट आपने ये भी दे दिया कि इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी वहां पे बहुत कम है. फिर एक और पॉइंट आप देने लगे हैं कि very few diplomats, businessmen, high civil servants go there. So these are some points which are actually negative points in the development of air transport in northern areas. The next question, which is famous as far as air transport is concerned, is economic and social importance of air transport for Pakistan. Air transport is promoting export of the fruits and vegetables from Pakistan to southeastern, Middle East, and Central Asian countries, and Pakistan is earning valuable amount of the foreign exchange. So this is the first advantage. And this is the important point. This is the importance. That's why air transport is very necessary for Pakistan. Next is air transportation is faster than rail and road and most suitable mode of the transport for high valued goods. So this is another point. Next is millions of the Pakistanis and foreigners are working abroad, and their frequent visit to Pakistan are only and only possible due to air service. So this is another point. That's why air transport is important for Pakistan. Next point is in mountainous regions, availability of the road transportation is very limited. Gilgit, Skardu and Chitral, only air transportation make these areas accessible. So this is another point. Next is air transportation, cargo services promoting agricultural productivity. It transport fruits and vegetables from inaccessible areas and to foreign countries. So these are the points because of which air transport is important for Pakistan. So this was air transport topic. इसके अच्छे से नोट्स बना लीजिएगा. Thank you so much.